Ever notice that when this country is at its weakest, Barack Obama, the former president, seems to appear out of nowhere, jetting in from Martha's Vineyard to Hawaii, to make the country even weaker and even more divided? This week, Obama appeared on television to tell us that anyone who complains when their children are taught in school that some races are better than others, anyone who complains about that is the bigot. What is going on here exactly? There's a hostility at the bottom, obviously, of Barack Obama. That's interesting. Glenn Beck is one of the very few people who saw it early, from the very beginning. He's the host now of the Glenn Beck radio program. We're honored to have him on tonight. Glenn, thanks so much for joining us. So I thought of you earlier this week because you had a very clear picture of who Obama was underneath. You felt the hostility in him. Mm-hmm. You said it. People became completely hysterical. But I thought that was a deep insight that a lot of us missed.
Right. Back then, Tucker, you couldn't call a president racist. Back then, that was crazy. Now that we've gone through the Trump era, I guess it's okay. Here's the thing. I apologized for saying that about 2 years later because it was unartful. I was thinking out loud. And I remember I was on Fox and Friends and I said, I think the president is a racist. No, that's not quite right. I think he just has a problem with the white culture. Well, holy cow. What do you mean by white culture? I don't know, Marxist. Tell me now what you mean by white culture. I was not versed on critical race theory. I wasn't versed in the language of Marxists. Now, Barack Obama, I am. I take my apology back. I was exactly right. And I even stated it right. You are a racist if you believe in critical race theory. If you think that what Dr. Martin Luther King said, that he envisions a country that is seeing people for the content of their character, not their color, if you think that's wrong, then yes, you are a racist. If you believe that critical race theory, which teaches children that white is an incurable kind of disease, that you will never be able to not be racist, that somehow or another you have to be punished for the sins of the past. I know that goes to your critical race theory, Barack Obama, but I don't believe in that. I'm sorry, I don't believe in that, and I also don't believe in collective salvation, which you do. By the way, you rejected Jeremiah Wright. How are you feeling about the new senator from Georgia? How do you feel about him? I wonder. I'll bet you love him, but I bet you don't have the courage to say it.
That is such a good point. You felt that there's a hostility, there's an anger there, a meanness underneath Obama.
Oh, yeah.
I watched him really closely, a hatred. And I could always kind of feel it. It's very obvious now. I'm sure that you saying this out loud will, bring another tidal wave of rage, but it's because you're telling the truth.
Yeah, look, I'm tired of towing the line. I'm tired of especially the Marxist. I was called a racist for calling him a Marxist. He is a Marxist. If you believe in critical race theory, there's no science behind it. It is a Marxist theory meant to divide people and destroy a country. Well, what are we doing? His wife even said, Barack knows we're going to have to change our language, the way we talk to each other. We're going to have to change our traditions. Well, that's exactly what we're doing. And he said this week that Joe Biden is just finishing the job he started. Well, that job is the fundamental transformation of America. And Barack thinks that it's all about the economy, and they're thinking about losing their position. Losing my position? I don't care. I want my children to have freedom. I want my children to be able to make a choice on what they do, how they live, where they live. I will not be silenced by a bunch of Marxists. And Barack Obama, you don't have the courage. You have too much Hillary Clinton in you. That's why people didn't like you the second term, because Hillary Clinton, she just put you down a chute.
Glenn Beck, thank you for that. It's great to see you tonight.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.